you probably know me as that person who made Persona 5 for beginners, if you've seen that. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Woo! Yeah, that's me. Hi. I like Persona. Persona is essentially like the majority of my career, so, you know, video games are great. Yeah. And bad.
Hi, I'm Zenith Will Rule. I do a bunch of stuff on the internet and the YouTubes. Chiefly, I'm known for history of One Piece, but I do stuff with video games as well. Huge fan of Persona. And who are you again?
You're not gonna ever get rid of that joke, are you?
Every single convention.
1
year.
You wait. No, you didn't.
I did.
Hi, I'm Arkada. I run an anime YouTube series called Glass Reflection, where I normally talk about anime, but things like Persona is close enough to the anime stream that I am totally fine with being.
Trash?
Yeah. I was trying to be a bit more polite because we're in Canada. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it is true. Speaking of anime, anyway, so yeah, hi.
I'm Faries. I make a YouTube channel called Fanboy Faries where I review anime and video games, and I'm also a Personaholic.
I am Dodger of Zion. I am a Twitch streamer, and I've been Let's Playing Persona 5 on my stream. It's a new game, plus I've already beaten the game, so I'm not stumbling into it blind, as fun as that would be for some people, I'm sure. And I've been putting up with him for the past 2 years. And I think this is, what, our 10th panel, Dave? Our 10th Persona panel, and our second at ConBravo, and I'm glad that ConBravo was happy to have us again. So before we get to the fun part, by the way, babe, show them the prize that they can win. Want to take that home?
Yes!
Can I take that home?
No!
We'll arrange something once Ross and I get back to America. And we also have a couple of other tinier prizes to give to runners-up, and you'll find out how to win that in the second half of the panel.
Yay.
We got one for P3, one for P4, and one for P5. So, before we get to the original start of the program, it'll just be all of us sharing what got us into Persona and what it means to us and what have you. Some breaking freaking news upon our arrival in this room. I don't know how many of you have heard it, but it was just announced that next year they will start airing Persona 5, the animation. Apparently, Atlas doesn't want people to know about it, though.
Yeah, they've been flagging like every...
That's spoilers, isn't it? They don't like spoilers.
You can't show footage.
There wasn't that much footage in the actual footage in the trailer at all. It was just brief flashes of art, more or less, and also announcing who the seiyus are. So yeah, that happened. Just as soon as we got in here, I'm like, well, we got something to talk about.
Topical.
Topical.
Talking boot.
No,
You're in the Great White North.
unfortunately.
You guys like living up to your stereotypes, don't you?
I really do.
Alright, but again, I will go last, but starting from over there and going over here, what does Persona mean to you and your love for it?
Oh boy, okay. So I got into Persona around 2012 and stuff, obviously after, in that period between Persona 4 and Persona 5. And I started with Persona 4 during kind of like a transition period in my life, and it was a game that really helped me connect to people, in high school and whatnot. And because there's always that niche of people that know what Persona is, and you love each other and stuff. It's great. It's fantastic. So I played Persona 4, and I absolutely just fell in love with it. It was a series that, because the thing about Persona is that it is a game that requires commitment, and once you, we all know that. Yeah.
Commitment. Unless you're that kind of person, I mean. I don't envy your Valentine's Day.
So anyone who actually in my opinion, people who actually beat the games and stuff, there's two types of people. One, I tried it and it's not for me, and people who are just overly ecstatic about it. They start making out with their, I guess posters. It's one or the other. It's just how it goes. So after that, I played Persona 3, and I was really, really into the series. And then 2 years later, I started my YouTube channel, and again, I make, I'm a YouTuber, I make for beginners series and stuff, and it was really important to me that I try to help people get to these games as easily as possible. So, and because of those videos, and when I made them, I knew that Persona had such a strong fan base that people were immediately going to gravitate toward them. So, I knew when I made those videos, they are still one of my most popular videos today, and I do have to thank Persona so much for introducing me to such an amazing group of people who are so passionate about, anime video games and waifus. Yeah, and anime. So, and not to mention, and then Persona 5 was coming up, and we're all highly anticipating Persona 5 year after year after year after year. Delay.
That's what we're gonna expect with the anime now.
Yeah.
Oh, no! Thanks for jinxing it, dude.
Coming in 2002.
It's made of wood, right?
Okay, but Buns, now it's time for the betting pool. What will come out first, Kingdom Hearts 3 or Persona 5 the animation?
They're never coming out
The
either.
correct answer is Half-Life 3.
How do you get it? Anyone else looking forward to that?
Played.
I sure am. So yeah, obviously Persona 5 just came out, and I, dedicated all my time to playing that. And Persona 5, Persona 5 for beginners, I consider my magnum opus, if you will, if that's a word you can use. And it's a great game. I mean, anyone who's like, I don't know, raise your hand if you played, I guess, all like Persona 3, 4, and 5, because those are the most popular ones.
What about 1 and 2?
Shh, we don't talk about this. I can't count that one, guys. So I mean, just people who just played Persona 5 or Persona 4. You guys gotta get on it, oh my god. Anyway, so Persona essentially, I have to thank for just essentially building half of my career. Because it's a huge part of my life, so yeah. Anyway, video games.
I have a rather odd history with Persona. I had a friend who told me, you need to get these games because they're really, really fun. And that was back when it was just P3 and P5. And,
You mean P4?
sorry, my numbers, I know.
Before that happened.
So I picked up the games and I started playing Persona 3 and I really, really liked it. But for some reason I put it down. I think there was another big game that came out around the time I started playing it. And a few years went by and I'm like, oh, why didn't I play this game? Like, it is really legitimately good from what I played, but I never really got into the game as much as I wanted to until Persona 5 came out. I had been playing Persona 4 Golden on my Vita off and on all summer, October, because I was working at a haunted house, and during my free time I would play the game on Vita, and I really, really loved it, but I was having problems with that final dungeon because it is such a slog that I needed to put it down. And then my fans were just like, you need to get Persona 5, Persona 5's coming out, Persona 5 is coming out. So I just was like, you know what, I'm going to pick this up and plan on doing a review when I eventually, complete the game. I spent 2 months playing it straight. Like, that's the only thing I played, and legitimately it is a fantastic game. P5 is like really, really good. It means a lot to me, and the ending, like, there's so much that I love about it. So that review will be coming out eventually. I'm working on a crossover with the Media Hunter on that sometime soon. But yeah, the P5 is what I know most of.
Okay, so I was a bit of a latecomer to the Persona series, mostly because like P3 and P4 came out during the PS2 era, and when that was happening, I only had like so much time or so much money for games, and I opted to go into Final Fantasy instead, and that worked great. But then it was around like 2011, 2012, in around the time that Persona 4, the animation came out. A friend of mine was just like, yeah, you need to watch this, it's really good. And I was just like, why should I watch this thing based off a game? Those anime are always crap, right? He's just like, yeah, and it might be bad, but then you'll like it enough, then you play the game. So I was like, okay, fine, I guess I'll watch this thing. And then I was surprised because Persona 4, the animation is actually really good. Not golden, but, it was still really, really good. So then that led me into a couple years back when I was down in the States. I picked up a PS TV. And a copy of Golden, and then I played that on my stream for like a year, because that's how long it took. And then I beat like Golden, and then when I finished Golden, we didn't have 5 yet, and I was just like, well then, guess I'm gonna play 3. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go play 3, and then I was just like, shit, what is this? This shit. So then, like, I have like 2 different save files. I started like Fez, and I have that for like the answer that I still haven't played. But like, I played that for like 4 hours, and I was just like, you know, I'm really getting pissed off at these characters that aren't doing what I want them to do. I know. So then I picked up, I picked up and played through all of P3 Portable. Also because Fem Pro Tag is best pro tag.
Woo! Yes!
So yeah, that's my area, my history of Persona, and then Persona 5 came out. I have the large collector's edition, Take Your Heart box edition that I pre-ordered for PS4. It was the reason I got the PS4. People are like, well, aren't you going to get a PS4 for Final Fantasy 15? I'm like, no. I'm getting it for Persona. Also Nier and like everything else that freaking came out earlier. So,
Horizon
yeah,
Zero Dawn.
I haven't got to Horizon. I haven't finished Nier. I need to finish Nier. But yeah, so that's me.
Okay, for me, I bought a PS Vita second-hand from one of my friends that didn't buy anymore. It was like $100. Came with case memory cards, everything, but didn't come with any games. So I'm a big fan of the Sky franchise. I was like, well, there's a Sky 3 on this. Let me just go down to my local game store and see if they have it. They did. So I was just looking at the selection of games, and I was like, I need something to play on this. This is Persona thing, but the Shin Megami Tensei series is so dark. But this is yellow. Yellow is... Let me try this. Then it took me a little while to get into it because of that insufferable prologue. But
great.
once I did, then it was just like, I also happened to like fall ill with the flu like shortly after I got the game. So that's basically all I did for like 3 days straight. I was like knocked up in bed. So, and then I got my hands on the animation and watched that while still having the flu. And then finally, I bought Arena, which my store had at that point. This was at the time Arena was out, and I played through that. And now I have been an insufferable like Persona-holic sense. I also played P3P, which is the best version of the game by far. Not of niceties, yeah, not as immersive, but female protagonist is best protagonist, as Alex said.
Yeah, it's just missing the cutscenes, but that's what YouTube's for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking direct control of your allies is so helpful in that game. And then finally, Persona 5 hit, and got the Take Your Heart edition. Fun fact on this one: myself and my lovely went 50-50 in, but she happened to be away on the extended trip, so I had the thing come in like almost 10 days early, sitting in my house, and I was just like kind of waiting for her to get back before I could touch it. So I had to select the collector's edition that I'm sitting on for like 10 days before I can even play it. You think it's bad waiting for the game to come out? Try having it in your house and not being able to touch it.
Taunting you.
That's the North right. You just need to go to bed.
Sleep it off.
I was actually helping a friend of mine move halfway across the country during that trip. I was helping a friend of mine move from Illinois to South Carolina when that happened. Yeah, because he messaged me like, oh, by the way, it's here, and I'm like, shit.
April Fool's Day.
Yes.
Arrived on April Fool's Day.
April Fools.
And I'm thinking, if this is a joke, I am so going to get him when I get back to New Jersey. But my story with Persona is not as, hilarious as it is. I met this guy at the beginning of 2015, and I had just suffered a deep betrayal from somebody that I care about a lot. Somebody that severely broke my trust to the point that I was having flashbacks and nightmares, and I had started going to therapy and getting medicated. Always look out for your mental health, kids. And I just knew I couldn't go through this alone, and I happened to find him. And a couple of months into us dating, he pulls out this cartridge and he says that he wants to share one of his favorite games with me. And judging by some of the anime that he had showed me, I'm already kind of scared. You mean hentai, right?
Yes.
And hentai. I'm not even touching the hentai. nobody should touch the hentai. But
I touch you.
But it took me a couple of days, and I think, maybe like 20, 30 game hours?
Basically, once Kanji showed up.
Yeah, once Kanji showed up, I'm like, okay, now it has my attention. And I got hooked from that point onward, and the very first thing we did as a couple was we played and beat Persona 4 Golden. That was our first thing to do as a couple, and I think it made us stronger, and I made me realize, okay, this one's a keeper. He's silly, and he has very questionable taste in anime. Very questionable. To the point where we're half an episode, and I'm like, babe, turn this crap off. I can't watch anymore.
What was driving me?
Not just the Dragon Maid.
Dragon just ain't my thing.
Hana is best girl.
But yeah, I think discovering the Persona series coupled with me meeting him, it's made me a better person. It's given me a bit of a better outlook on life, and it also, in a way, it actually helped me talk with my mother about my mental illness. When I tell her that my depression is being down or my anxiety is holding me down in bed, I have to say, well, I'm having trouble fighting my shadow today, and she gets it. And for a while, she did not understand, mental illness is not something you just think away. But now she gets it, that I wouldn't have had that nomenclature, that terminology, had I not played the Persona games. So that's my story. It's a bit less funny than these guys are, but...
I'm funny? What? Since when? Probably in the head.
Do you really want me to start on that? I rest my case. Well, you were going to say something, Buns?
Oh, no. Video games are good.
Video games are fun and everyone should play them.
Also, guys, if you want to get your friends into the Persona series, go to YouTube/. Drag them into the deep hole.
Four of us up here are Americans. We can't help but be capitalist. But I got a question for you all, because we're gonna skip the guff that we usually go through. We're gonna keep cut right to the chase. Y'all want to play a game?
Yes.
Y'all want to play a game for those neat prizes we were talking about? Yes. Because it's time for Persona Hunger Games. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to go through a slideshow of all the tributes. They are for Persona 3, 4, and 5. They are grouped in districts of 3 each. And we're going to talk about what we think of these characters and our strengths, weaknesses. Do we think they'll make it? Do we think they'll completely fall flat on their face and just wreck themselves? Exactly. So we're going to talk about them, and using what we've said and based on what you know on the games, and we're going to pass around some pens and some paper, and you're going to write down your name or your alias or whatever you wish to go by, so long as we know it's you, and who you think will win the Hunger Games, who will be the last to survive. And if you guess correctly, that is yours. So if your chosen tribute, or in this case Palace Fighter, survives, you will win that prize.
And if there's any ties, the books are for grabs.
And if we don't have any ties, the books will be given to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place finishers. So, shall we get to talking about the tributes, everyone? Alright, first up, I had a bit of a decision as to who to put in this slot, but I decided, you know what, this one's more popular, so let's talk about Femme Protag, shall we? She is the first tribute in District 1. So what do you guys think of Femme Protag?
Well, she doesn't technically exist, so I think she's got a really good shot.
A really good shot, you say.
Well, definitely has more personality than both P3 and P4.
She is sass. She's the basis for why P5 Protag is so sassy.
She does like to wipe it all out, you know what I'm saying?
Now we just need to go in a fighting game and everything is good.
Put her dancing all night. No, Persona 3 dancing all afternoon.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a dance in the dog hours.
All right, and who do we have next for our tributes? We got Yunar Kami from Persona 4. Yes, King Thought Abinaba himself.
This is complex Kingpin.
He's like all of the protagonists. He is the wild card. He has multiple Persona abilities, and he's a bit of a smartass if you've seen the animation. But I will say his track record of the Hunger Games, not so great. He's usually one of like the first 10 to die.
Well, it doesn't die.
And I will say this, but okay. In all seriousness, Minako Arizato actually won at Zenkai Con, what was it, a year ago? Last year. Yeah, Zenkai Con 2016. I can't believe the slideshow's freaking dead. And for our final entrant into District 1, Akira from Persona 5! It's his first time entering, as with all the P5 characters. Dave, what do you think? Do you think he's got a good shot?
Well, that Phantom Thief training, though, that's definitely going to help him, plus being a wild card user, plus the fact that he actually has, like, a personality, so that puts him way above...
He does have maximum sass.
He does have maximum sass.
I'm sorry, your charm's not high enough. Let's talk to Makoto about that.
So, we have District 1, the protagonists. Who do we have to start District 2? ConBravo! ConBravo regularly is a top 10 finisher, but he's also a very bloodthirsty pup. He also racks up a body count. So if you're looking for somebody that you think might kill their way to the top, ConBravo is your puppo.
I mean, any dog that can carry a knife is like A-okay in my book.
My personal favorite is when he strangled racing to death. Somehow.
Or cuddled Chie one night and then the next morning immediately killed her.
Typical dog, though.
So who do we have next in District 2?
No!
I hope you're very prepared for this unbearable bear of a callus. I'm not sorry. I will say this, Teddy has been a runner-up. We ran it
He's got that killer look in his eyes.
Dead eyes, what are you thinking?
at PsychoCon 2015, Teddy finished second. Don't ask how,
I'm
he just
calling
did.
it right now, he's going to be the first to go.
I hope you die.
He's the first to die, and who do we have next?
Bedtime
Go to sleep intensifies.
I'm going to say this one's going to be one of the final contenders because he does have a gun, and he's able to turn into a fox and run over people.
Gotta step on the gas.
No, if I ever hear him say, "Oh, you're so hot, Panther," one more freak at a time.
Then again, it represents.
The power of seduction.
Among other things. So, District 2, we have the mascots, we have the animals. So, who do we have to start off District 3? Oh, this guns!
There he is,
Junpei doesn't do so well. Most common cause of death for Junpei in this simulations is falling out of a tree. Maybe. So yeah, Junpei doesn't do very well, but if you're pulling for him, you're pulling for him. I can't stop you. So who else do we have in this district? Oh look, it's my waifu! Ghost Nakamura. Put a dog in the trash where it belongs! Speaking of trash,
He is a master of camouflage in that trash can.
he has about average performance. He's never gotten higher than I think 12th in terms of finishing, and he doesn't do very well in killing people.
Pirates for 5 minutes.
And who do we have finishing out this district? It's Rita! you think of his chances, given that he's a first-time contestant?
Well, I don't know. Can he shut his goddamn mouth?
You shut your mouth. He is best during your arguments.
Well, he can't run real good, so you know.
So, who do we have in the next district? So now that District 3 is wrapped up, who do we have to start off the next district? It's you, and then Mrs.
Yeah.
I'm fired and I'm missed. I'm fired and I'm missed. And I'm fired again and I'm missed. And I had a popsicle and I'm missed.
Yukari is also does not have a very good history either. She's usually like one of the first 5 out.
She's too busy crying about her dad. Oh my god.
Damn, Tyler, low blow. So that is,
She's my favorite.
that's to start off our next district. Who do we have next? We have who said steak?
It's a steak!
A steak. She actually is a regular top 10 finisher, and she also can rack up the body count when she isn't tricked by the sheep.
Serious.
Yeah, she can rack up the body count. She does pretty well, and she can escape some situations. She has a pretty good history. Has not yet won, but she's been doing pretty well. So who do we have to finish out this district? Makoto.
So much to fight.
And she was
Personas and motorcycles!
So, babe, first time contender. What do you think of Makoto's odds?
My point is.
That motorcycle persona is quite handy for getting around the battlefield and being also packing a gun. I don't know, but can she put her rule-abiding aside and actually cap someone?
What do you think, Zen?
I think she has a lot of chances considering she has nuclear power and she can just kill everyone like that. All she just has to do is wait, like just nuke the area.
I can't believe the palace is covered in freaking fallout.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Everyone's just gonna lay down in her path anyway to let her kill them.
Get stepped. Oh, we're gonna get stepped on later on in the lineup.
Get fucking stepped on.
All right. So who do we have to start out the next district? Say what you will about Fuka, she is actually a past champion.
I think you made that up.
No, she won at KatoriCon in 2016.
I love how the room went completely silent. We
And
all know what this is.
only one person picked her. One person picked her, and when you find out who came second place to her, you are not going to be happy. Oh, well.
Turn into BuzzFeed.
So who do we have next in this district? Oh, her. I might as well call this district Team Cardboard. So, babe, what do you have to say about
Cardboard's always useful. More so than steak.
So, how exactly is she going to kill someone with a fan?
She just gonna burn people!
I don't know. She hasn't done well like ever.
No, she's usually one of the first 3 out.
She's so busy running that in, everybody.
So who do we have to finish out this district? She's been kind of...
Why is she wearing her grandma's sweater?
I'm not gonna lie, my first playthrough of Persona 5, I almost totally forgot about her. By the time I wanted to start our social link, it was kind of too late to go anywhere with it. I'm on New Game Plus and I've gotten better, and I'm actually close to maxing her out now. I'm actually close to 100% social link run, so I'm really proud of myself for that. So.
I think she's got a really good shot. A lot of people don't know this. Harley's crazy, as in like straight up homicidal.
She wants to watch some shadows swim.
She'll turn into the lady beauty thief.
There's death in those eyes.
So for our next far as my understanding goes.
Did you see that, Shinji? Yes, he saw it.
So yeah, Akihiko has never really done well, and chances are, if Shinji gets knocked out, he's not far from it.
Let's go far.
So who do we have next in this district?
You're straight, right?
He's a top 10 finisher, and at one convention, his shadow actually won it. You don't have to worry about any shadows taking the wins away from you. So if you make a pick, somebody is going to win, guaranteed.
Oh, good shot, 10.
You said I like dudes.
But yeah, Kanji usually does a pretty good job of holding his own in the battlefield.
Get that.
Get good. So who do we have to round? Oh, you have something to say, Sam?
No, I already said my piece.
Okay, and who do we have to round this out? Oh look, it's the Arkada.
Hey, 2 magic horses in a row.
Most unread character ever. I don't like him at all.
I'm sorry, I didn't supposed to like you wouldn't friggin' talk to me.
He doesn't like to be.
No, he doesn't.
He is a friend to crustaceans, and therefore I love him. As soon as he picked up those lobsters, I'm like, okay, I instantly love you more now.
That's it.
The lobsters are his ultimate, so keep that in mind.
Because it pulls us out the last second.
That was like the only funny scene he had. Otherwise, he's trying to be Futaba and failing.
Oh god.
Why are you so on?
There's so much using discourse. There's a lot of salt coming from you, God. So this is essentially district cinnamon roll that we have just witnessed.
So it's district Beth Mercer.
So who do we have next?
Disagree.
Woo!
Yes.
She typically does not do very well, but at one convention she actually had a 3rd place finish.
You deserve to do well.
So it's pretty much a coin flip as to whether she does well or not. Bunsy got anything?
No, she's just pretty.
I second that. I don't know the game much, but
She's pretty.
She'll also step on you.
Yeah!
I don't know how she's actually 25. Remember?
I'm secretly a 25-year-old
She's
pretending to be an
secretly a 30-year-old mother. No, she must be an undercover cop or something.
Alright, so who do we have next in this district?
The question is, do you think she's going to be able to extract Morgana from her backside long enough to stay alive?
You're so gorgeous, Panther.
Now. So who do we have to start off the next district?
His short shorts will save the day.
Oh, look, boy!
He likes being easy to wear.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. Ken never does well, but he takes a lot of people with him when he goes down. One simulation we ran at a convention, he had 7 kills. So, not a good idea to place your bet on Ken unless you like unless like a giant blood trail.
It was easy, breezy, beautiful shorts.
So who do we have next in this district? Yeah.
Actual best girl.
She is a top 10 finisher. She does pretty well. Has yet to win, but she does pretty well.
Naoto will destroy everyone. Naoto, best girl.
Naoto is best girl of P4.
I will allow Nanako. Also best girl from
Yeah.
Walk away slowly.
So who do we have finishing out this district? It's Futaba.
I was about to say.
That's kind of interesting. So again, I meant to throw it to you, babe. What do you think for her first time?
I don't know if she'll wing it, but she definitely can make everyone around her uncomfortable with those UFO tentacles.
Hashtag alien hentai.
I think she'll be able to hack into everyone and destroy everyone. By the way, Futaba is best girl for P5. I will hear no arguments.
Hack into everyone? This isn't Overwatch. Overwatch, Sam. God.
Everything can be hacked.
And everyone.
Oh my God, they're listening.
So who do we have to start the next district? Unfortunately, he's usually one of the first ones out.
Makes sense.
We like to be, canonically factual around here. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually is one of the first people to get knocked out, so bet wisely. Who do we have next in this district? Dojima. Dojima, he always barely misses the top 10, always barely.
Yeah. He's here.
And apparently in this world he has a persona. I don't know how.
Coffee! Coffee!
Speaking of coffee, Coffee Dad! Coffee Dad! I think hot coffee will come in very handy on the battlefield. Cause a lot of burn injuries. Need all the SPs. So that
You could poison people with curry.
Oh shit.
oh god. Oh god. Let's not talk about poison curry. It's not Mystery Food X.
At least it's not
So who do we have to start off the next district?
Well.
If it'll best toaster. Funny enough, you think a robot would have good chances in a game all about durability? No.
Why don't you have boobs?
Why does the robot have robots?
They're bulletproof.
So yeah, I guess
Seen Austin Powers?
I guess it's never done particularly well, but she's there anyway.
Good joke.
This is called the boyfriend exercising his discretion and making sure somebody gets in. Any particular reason why you wanted to throw the teacher into a palace?
Because she'll win.
Sure, Jan.
You do good out there.
All right, so that was a win.
A gross character, everybody.
So who do we have next? Talk about getting stepped on. Shot.
I legitimately want that goth outfit, like with the spider webs, like it's so.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not particularly into that, but yeah, I would, if I could find that fits me, yeah, I would totally wear that. So yeah, that is the district of get stepped on. So who do we have starting the next district? He's actually a past champion. KatoriCon 2017, he won this year. He's frequently a top 10 finisher and a past champion.
Just bribes his way through by giving you nice merchandise.
Pretty much. So who do we have next year in this district? It's Gundad. Don't break it, okay?
You guys can see nothing happening.
Well, given that he's got experience with what he's got experience in, I'm not going to spoil his social link for you guys, but I think he's got some really good chances of surviving this.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot worse than this.
Yeah.
You might put your bet on this guy. He has pretty good odds.
Yes, he does. So who do we have next?
How was that? No, thank you.
This guy needs to be one of the first to die because
Everybody else does.
What?
Wow, I was surprised. I'm surprised by all the hate. Wait.
I'm not. Not all. He needs to chill. Okay, he needs to chill.
He's going home taking that.
So who do we have with the next district? Adachi is the current reigning ConBravo champion. Remember how we talked about Fuka winning? Adachi came second to her. So yeah, Adachi is a past champion. And who else is in this district? It smells like pancakes and garbage. What do you think, babe?
I think it's only kind of cheating by having two personas at once and not being like a full wild card user. Also, one persona is way better than the other. Finally, he also kind of is like OP in the fact that he's like soloing palaces by himself.
True. You forgot to mention his lightsabers.
Yeah, he has lightsabers
It's literally
too.
Star Wars.
So I would say that he has pretty good odds, honestly.
All you have to do though is distract him with pancakes and he forgets everything he ever knew about being subtle.
Okay, so who will be the last entrant into the Maple Palace? That's a lot of hate. Alright, so Diego, I want you to go ahead and pass the pens and paper down the rows. Well, I think the crowd speaks for themselves here. So what Ross is going to do is he's going to come around with paper and pen. You're going to write down your name and who you think is going to win. Bring it up here, and then we will find out who will triumph in the Maple Palace. So good luck, everybody.
Who is best girl?
Oh, and yes, of course it is. So, are you guys ready? May your worst character win. Alright, obviously. I said, are you guys ready? May the odds be ever in your favor. Here we go. Alright, our contestants take off to infiltrate the Maple Palace. Kawakami attempts to escape the palace early but gets surrounded by Mara. So Kawakami is out. And so is Naoto.
Oh no!
Minako runs away from Shinji. Mitsuru suddenly has her persona turned into a moose. And much like palaces are the distorted desires of those, this is a distorted version of Canada.
Yes, it's me.
From the darkness, Futaba puts a bullet into Chie's head. Oh my god! From the darkness, Akira puts a bullet into Koromaru's head. Yukari.
I mean, she has daddy issues, so.
Alright, Akihiko hears voices in his head. And meanwhile, you have two groups of these schmucks trying to reenact We Are Number One. And they're doing that too. Meanwhile, Makoto and Morgana are off making some poutine. Haru gets the jump on Shinji, snapping his neck. So, Shinji is out.
I told you she was bloodthirsty.
Ken gets some therapy from Takemi. Dojima hears voices in his head.
Oh. Don't listen to those voices.
So does Minako, and An takes a nap. So who has died? Kawakami, Naoto, Chie, Koromaru, and Shinji are out.
I think this first round is fast.
Yep. So Yukiko and Akira huddle for warmth. Yusuke did not eat dinner this night. Oh, Mishima, Yu, and Akihiko successfully ambush and kill Fuka, Yukari, and Ken.
I can't believe they're freaking dead.
I can't believe there's F's. Alright, so let's see what else. Akira finds some lobsters and names them for Makoto and Adachi. Junpei kicks it into full running in the 90s mode to get away from Ryuji. Oh look, we have some more therapy and more meaning. Sotaro somehow gets Wi-Fi and watches meme videos in a dark room.
My brave boy!
So who died during the night? Fuka, Yukari, and Ken. Alright, well maybe here is the quick status of death. Koromaru, Yukari, Chie, Fuka, Ken, Naoto, Shinji, and Kawakami have all died.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually voted, but
Alright. And Yusuke and Ryuji, once again, they did not eat dinner this night. Oh! Nishima, Adachi, and Sojiro unsuccessfully ambushed Minako, Takemi, and Yu, who kill them instead. Nishima, Adachi, and Sojiro are out.
He lived a good life.
Oh, Kanji forces Risei to kill Junpei or Aigus, so Aigus is dead.
You technically killed something that wasn't alive.
Just shut the macaroni part out, it'll work.
Adachi died.
Throw a magnet at her.
And Haru is hearing voices. Makoto, Dojima, Kanji, and Narukami get into a Mexican standoff with Morgana. Shots fired, everyone dies. Makoto, Dojima, Kanji, Narukami, and Morgana are all dead. I can't believe they're all freaking dead. Okay. And On wonders where everything went wrong. 9 deaths. Mishima, Adachi, Sojiro, Aigus, Makoto, Dojima, Kanji, Narukami, and Sleepy Time Cat goes to sleep forever. Shido convinces Takemi to snuggle with him.
That's desperation.
And we have another multi-death. Tanaka, Ryuji, and Haru unsuccessfully ambush Yosuke, Minako, and Yusuke, who kill them instead. Because Ryuji... So yeah, Tanaka, Ryuji, and Haru are down. Takemi wonders where everything went wrong. Shido and Yosuke get into a Scooby-Doo sequence of chasing each other through multiple doors. Junpei finds a Presto card on the ground, but there's nothing on it. So, Tanaka, Ryuji, and Haru died during the night. Yukari, Akiba, and Futaba get into a fight. Akira triumphantly kills them both. Akiko and Futaba are out. We're whittling away. Minako gets slimed, and while stuck in the slime is set upon by a horde of Mara. Minako is down.
Short slime.
I don't know. When's the last time I watched You Can't Do That on television?
I thought it was Nickelodeon's.
I thought it came from this country originally, but I digress. Iwai finds a blank Presto card on the ground. Well, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Alright, so let's see everybody's status. Who do we have left? Akira, Teddy, Junpei, Yosuke, Akihiko, Yusuke, all of District 7, Takebi, Iwai, Akechi, and Shido are all remaining.
How is Shido still alive?
He doesn't do anything. Teddy is unable to convince Yusuke to not kill him. I can't believe the bear is freaking dead.
Good. He barely survived.
Barely. The remaining contestants come upon a room full of treasure. Mitsuru, Yusuke, and Yosuke are dead.
Yes.
Wow, guys, actually act sad.
And Iwai drowns in the treasure.
Wow. I regret the name.
Guns can't save you now.
Akira's eyes roll to the back of his head and he suffers a mental shutdown. Akira is down. Okay, nobody dies.
Who's gonna win it all?
On pushes Akechi into the path of a passing go bus and he is now a greasy spot on the street. Akechi is dead and nothing of value was lost. Nobody dies. Nobody dies. I'm just trying to get to the end because we're at the end of time here.
God, all
Nobody
ran out
They
for dear life.
Lots of huddling and snuggling. For some reason, in July, Akihiko finds a patch of ice, slips and falls to his doom.
Are you serious?
On suffers a mental shutdown.
No!
And Takemi kills Junpei. It's down to Takemi, Shido, and Rise.
I really like brilliant.
Alright. Takemi kills Shido as he tries to win. The winner is Okay, so
The Doctor of Death strikes again.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so here's the order. So who do we have that's getting prizes?
Okay, so we have 3 people that voted for Tammy.
And we have
being dropped.
and we have 1 Rise vote. So if you voted for Takemi or Rise, come on up here and get a prize.
All those who voted for Java, a lot of you are best.
Oh, easy, dude. Prof, please don't die.
I didn't touch it.
But thank you guys so much for participating. The moral of the story is your character's bad. It's just bad.
And don't forget to
Okay,
like, comment, and
so all the Takemi winners, rock, paper, scissors.
Gameplay link at gameplay.com.
Okay. Who's the third Takemi vote?
Who's the third person that voted for Takemi?
Get back up here. Yeah. Please don't die. Alright, so all the Takemi voters, rock, paper, scissors on it. Okay.
Wait. Shoot.
On 3, my